What exactly is temporary protected status? My name's Shay. I'm the content creator at the Unitarian Universalist Service Committee, and I'm here to answer some commonly asked questions about this important immigration status that the Trump administration continues to attack. Temporary protected status is exactly what it sounds like. It's a temporary immigration status that's available to people who are from particular countries that face urgent and immediate humanitarian crises. Now, it's worth noting that many, if not all, of these urgent and immediate humanitarian crises are occurring, at least in part, if not entirely, because of the impacts of U.S. colonialism, corporate extractivism, and other violences of the global north. The same countries that are in some way getting credit for offering people safe haven are also creating the very conditions that require them to flee their homes. People who receive TPS are authorized to work, and they are hypothetically not able to be deported or detained, though ICE has broken this law and continues to attempt to violate this law. It's also important to note that just because you're from a particular country, you don't automatically have temporary protected status. You have to apply for it and pay significant fees. TPS designations are typically issued for 12 to 18 months, and they have to be either extended or terminated within 60 days of their expiration date. Contrary to what the Trump administration seems to imply that we should believe, TPS is not a new concept. It's been around since 1990 as part of the Immigration Act of 1990. Congress decided they wanted to review and revise U.S. immigration policy because it had really gone untouched since the 60s, and they specifically wanted to encourage immigration from largely underrepresented countries. They wanted to do something to address the longstanding racism in the U.S. immigration process. And believe it or not, Republican President George H.W. Bush was the one to sign the Immigration Act of 1990 into law. Now, previous decisions about TPS designations from past administrations cannot be revoked. That would be incredibly violent to the hundreds of thousands of people who receive TPS to suddenly decide that they don't get to receive temporary protected status anymore, even though the U.S. federal government promised it to them. But that hasn't stopped the Trump administration. In fact, one of UUSC's partners, the National TPS Alliance, took Kristi Noem to court when she attempted to revoke Venezuela's TPS. There was a temporary judicial win while that order was not allowed to go through, but ultimately the Supreme Court ruled in order of Noem, putting up 400,000 Venezuelans to potential deportation. There are a long list of countries that the Trump administration has tried to revoke the TPS of. In some cases, they have succeeded. In other cases, the issues are still in the judicial system. Once all of these TPS terminations, or many of them, I should say, are tied up in court, there is an opportunity for some meaningful advocacy. If you want to get connected with the latest call to action, the latest means of contacting your legislators or judiciary or people who can make a meaningful impact on the ongoing fight to defend TPS, you can sign up for UUSC's Resistance Network, where we put out calls to action to mobilize constituents to make a meaningful impact and fight back and defend migration justice. May we take bold action to defend temporary protected status and assert that migration, safety, and stability are fundamental human rights.